Hey guys, welcome to Raj Makes Money. How are all my money makers doing today? And hopefully you guys had a great day in the market. Dow at all-time new high, and it is just running. If it's your first time watching, guys, make sure you click that subscribe button if you're watching me on YouTube. And if you're watching me on Facebook, make sure you click the follow button. Also, you got to click that little thumbs up so you get notifications when we go live on Facebook, or the bell on YouTube, or you're not going to know when we're live, and this is a live show. But thanks, guys. Hope you guys had a great day in the market. Unfortunately for me, I didn't have a great day. I had some good trades in the market, but unfortunately, I am heavily into Lucid Group, the former CCIV, over 800 contracts. 8,000 contracts. So that's 800,000 shares I'm controlling. An option on, and unfortunately when it goes up every morning, I do really well in the mornings and it looks like I'm going to have a great day, and when it goes down, it gets really ugly. It was a lot uglier today when Lucid was down almost 80 cents. It bounced all the way back, came back really strong in the end of the day and only down 19 cents. But the way the options move, you never know. But I do have a lot of hedges working in my favor, and hopefully the next couple of days we'll start seeing some of that money, and I still have plenty of room for the stock to continue to come back up another 50, 60 cents, and it really won't affect the hedges that we have out. And I'm looking at next week's hedges as well. Plus, I rolled out all the way to October 15th. So those September 17th options I had. So I have a long time. And hopefully we can hedge this thing. And I am still committed to at least double my money this year. It seems far-fetched because actually right now we're actually down about 140 grand for the year. Been bouncing all over the place. We've been up as much as $2.5 million, and we've been down as much as $1 million. But we're going to turn this thing around. I still have a lot of faith. So big shout out to all our Patreon members watching, and you guys get all my trades in real time live. I post them on our Patreon page. Plus, you have access to the Patreon Facebook group for anyone to share and talk about stuff they like, as well as all my YouTube sponsors. Thank you guys, and you guys all stand out in the chat and have access to those really cool emojis. But hey, let's take a look at what we did today. So, unfortunately, like I said, down $132,000 today. IDX was down a little bit. I did finally sell those calls against it, so that generated a little money. And as you can see, I did the $2.50 one. So I took in $23,000. This thing goes up 13 cents. We're just going to wash our hands of IDEX and be done with it. We've hedged it a lot, over the last 5-6 months. I just never was planning on being in this one that long. Clover today actually had a good hedge. Got going, so when it was much higher, got all the way up to $8.50. I thought it was finally going to break out, but I went ahead and sold at $9 and got it picked up at 14 cents or 17 cents each. Picked up 14,000 extra dollars. So I would love to get called out of it because it means I'll have about an extra $70,000 back. But at least we keep hedging it and picking up a little money on it. Jaguar, like I said, this one's a dud for right now. It's a small amount. We'll see what it does. This one, a little quick flip today. So all my Patreon members, if you guys were watching, made some good money on this one. CXDC. My friend Chico told me about it when he saw it. So I jumped on it. Of course, as usual, I sold way too soon. He could have made a lot of more money on it. But it's a good thing we did sell because it did go up much higher, and then after hours it's much lower. And I said that he said it was going to go to $1. On these you got to be very careful. But it had the volume, and we could take a look at the chart. CXDC, show you guys here. But yeah, it touched $1, and I was in and out quickly, and all my Patreon members saw. So hopefully you guys were a little slower to the trigger than me, and you probably made a few extra cents. But these are very scary when they start to move, and with pre-markets and after hours and how these things. But yeah, this thing we got in at like 83 cents. at 77 cents, and at 83 cents we were out. We made $6,000, and I was very, very happy. And then of course Chico in there says baby hands hashtag. So, but I told him, I said this one is going to crash after hours, and sure enough, it has. So thank God, because right now we'd be even if we didn't get out of it. But it was a good trade, 6,000. Of course, I much would have could have got another 10 or 12,000 out of it, but it is what it is, and I just have to, like I said, if you can do any trade, make money on it, it's a good trade. But back to what we got going on here, and then Lucid now. like I said, down a little bit, but rolling them out, and I have all 8,000. I actually have more than 8,000 contracts hedged because I'm sitting on a lot of cash in the account, so I can actually hedge and do a lot of extra stuff. So it's kind of like free money. So the 24, so this is where it's going to get interesting because they play around. These market makers are just manipulative and just horrible people, what they do to us and how they play games. I mean, you're talking about a stock that is, $1 from the strike at $2.80. To me, this contract is a steal. Even these at $2 because what you can hedge for when you come down. But here's what's going to happen. If the stock runs, let's just, hypothetically say CC, my expectations is Lucid, I keep wanting to say CCIV. Lucid is going to finish the week somewhere around 23.50, 23.75. I'd love it to finish 24 and a quarter. So here's what I have in hedges. So this week, in the next 3 days, I have $260,000 out right here. If the stock stays where it's at, this 280, this is going to fluctuate. They'll probably take another dime off the table for 80 grand. If it goes up 30, 40 cents to $24, this could go to $3. We'll pick up 160. But no matter what, we still got 260 bucks that is going to diminish and become worthless if it's below $24. So that's the hedge. That will help make up some of these losses we've suffered the last, we're down 300 grand so far this week. So like I said, I'm not really worried about it, but it's definitely, it's what my play is. It's a long-term play for the next 8 weeks. If I can figure out how to get I'd like to get, $500 $1 million a week, but even at 300 to 500,000 a week for 8 weeks, we're going to make a couple of $1 million on it. So it'll definitely pay off and stuff where it goes and everything. But that's what I'm doing with that play. So, like I said, you could take a look at it, Lucid today. I mean, every day this thing starts, it goes up, and then it just comes down like a freaking ton of dynamite. I don't know, what is going on with it, but but like I said, this was a good sign today. It came all the way down to 22.96, and then came back. I was like, don't give us an 80-cent down day. So at least it's holding its own and looking decent and stuff. But you never know. In other news, Bitcoin continues to drop and come back down. So I don't know. If it gets to around 34, 35, I'll probably come back in and buy. Our Coinbase account is sitting at 73,000. $73,663. So definitely off those lows of 54,000, which is nice, but and not all the way back to the 80,000 we have into it. So and we still have some stuff when you look at what we have. So I don't know. I may just blast all this. To me, this is probably all garbage unless something gets lucky and runs out of this stuff. But have all the cash sitting there, and then if we see that dip on Bitcoin, and you can buy one or two of them and it pops, it'll be pretty good and stuff. So, but yeah, guys, what do you guys got for me? We'll take your guys' questions today. Welcome everyone, and there's Trace CD. We have Faith and Raja. Thank you so much, Tracy D. And Allison says, hi, Scott. Hoping it will pick up soon for you. Looking forward to live play soon. That's right, guys. No live play tonight. We have a nice premiere video for you guys. But live play back Thursday, Friday, Saturday from Las Vegas. I'll be out there for the 1,000,000 tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thursday night, I have a double challenge. First, a slot challenge with NG slots. So it'll be exciting. And then we're going to do a live blackjack challenge at the Cosmo as well. Me and NG, so it should be exciting. And Jackie's coming with me. Friday night from Resort World. That's going to be at the Cosmo Thursday night. Friday night from Resort World, I'm doing a couples slot challenge against Lady Luck and her hubby. And hubby, I guess. So it should be me and Jackie against them in a slot challenge. So should be exciting. Hope you guys all can make it. Rick says, I wish this channel spent more time with individual stock investments. Options aren't my thing. I still learn from you, though, for sure. And we do. And, here, like I was telling you guys, on some of these stocks, Apple, guys, this one's going to hit the 150 and break through it. I told you guys it would get going. Interesting enough, I like Apple a lot. I think it's going to go to 155 and then pull back. Amazon came back a little bit. I still think Amazon's going to touch 3,000 before it goes. Tesla. This is an interesting one today, up 7 cents, but basically flat. But this one started the day too, was up 12 points, then it went down 8 points. I still think Tesla is overvalued and will probably sell off, but for some god reason, it keeps going up and stuff. So definitely have to keep an eye on that one. Dane says, let me know if you need to borrow a bar of soap. I have plenty for my continued bath on CYDY. It'll go eventually. CYDY. What's going on with that one? Sayadon. Was that one down 7 cents today? How bad is this one? It's not that bad. I mean, well, I don't know how long you've owned it for, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely near its lows of $1.35. But yeah, if you've had it for a long time, in the last since May, definitely down some. But hopefully it'll come back. Don't know anything about that one, but hopefully it'll come back. John, AMD, August 13th calls, 107 whipped nice today. AMD, was that up again? That was up the other day too, really nicely. That one's been having some. Oh wow, 393. You made some serious money on those. Well, probably we're up $4 a contract today, so that's awesome. Hope you had lots of contracts. Slot Machine wins by Chico. Broke 2 phones on the stock. Are to even look at the charts daily now? Must be on Lucid. It's crazy how that one's going and stuff. But yeah, that's right. Also, guys, yeah, Hood today. That's Robinhood. That was the big meme player today. I know Chico jumped on that one. I didn't think it was going to go this high. But just insane. So when this one came out, wow, and after hours up more. When this one came out, it came. They were pricing it between $38 and $42, and it got priced on the low side because the interest level was so small in it, and the thing just exploded. Or did horrible. Went all the way down to $33. Opening day closed at like $34, and just insane. So. Devin says, Hood exploded but didn't appear to be any catalyst. Yeah, it was just the meme stock. They said the rumor is that the CEO sold like 1 million shares, 1,000,002 shares on opening, and other people are locked up. So let's screw him and have the stock run. Well, what people don't understand is the guy still has lots of stock left. Plus, he gets options, and he also gets rewarded. Besides on how the company performs, but also on the stock price. I can tell you right now, if these guys run the stock to $100, he's going to do well. The interesting thing is, and it's great the meme players are playing all these, but what happened to GameStop? Where's that $700? On GameStop. What happened to AMC? Where's that $100 on every Friday for the last 2 months? So they keep forgetting. And how about this one? The one we've been taking a bath on hit $28, $28.85. What happened here to Clove? As it gets running, they need to come back and help some of these guys. They've left us all hanging. So be interesting what they all do. So I quit working today. Says Lady Luck on a winning streak. You better bring your A game. I know. My luck is all over the board. Who knows what to expect. But I figure between having 2 different challenges on 2 different nights, I got to win one of them at least. So. Jared says MSON has a buyout at $28, closing in Q4, currently trading at $26. Free money, you're welcome. So one thing is, and you have to be careful with these. And I'm sure the deal will go through. Don't know anything about this, and it is and it isn't free money. So yes, the buyout is when it happens, but there's a couple of risks. The deal could fall apart, and then all of a sudden the stock drops to I don't know how much the stock went up because of the buyout. So obviously the stock was trading around $23. So it's up $3 already for the the buyout news. But there's a reason why the stock's not already $28 because the buyout may not happen. What happens if it falls apart? Then it's back to $22, $23. You lose money. Now there's also something else. Some could have more bidders come into the picture, and all of a sudden the buyout goes to $30 and goes up more. Or like he says, goes at $28, and that also has to be an all cash deal. Sometimes these stocks it's a $28 buyout, but it's 24 in cash and a quarter share of this or that. So I don't, without knowing any of the terms of it, hard to say. And like I said, but it is overall most of the time these deals, probably 90% of the time, they do close, they do go through, and you can make some good money. But it still is 5-6 months away. So you have to look at the return on investment. So if you buy the stock at $26. $26.20, and the return on investment is $1.80 a share. It's only a 6% on your money, which is not bad for 4 or 5 month investment if it closes before the end of the year, and you have some free cash sitting around. You want something relatively small to do, but just always be careful on those and make sure you know the full details. Corey, is Lucid a better buy than QC? I don't know. Don't know much about. Well, I know Qualcomm and making chips and stuff. Qualcomm is always is sort of near its highs. Here's the thing with Lucid. Lucid is a thing for the future. Lucid's going to run probably in the future. It could bounce around. I think has support around 2021, 22 hopefully. I'd like to see it 26, 27, $30 by October. Lucid's not going to do a freaking thing probably until two things happen. One, they tell us when they're actually going to have production and the first cars are going to come off the assembly line. And two, when they sell and deliver the first car. That is when Lucid is going to have big news and big momentum. So, rent slots, don't feel bad. I had a ton of Pinterest. Only good thing is my entire entry price was $20. Yeah, Pinterest just took a beating. It's crazy too because all the other social media related and kind of stocks, Pinterest a little bit different, but Snap and Facebook and all them just had blowout earnings and stuff. Lord Beerus, hey Raja. Lucid killed me. It took a fat loss. However, Apple, mRNA, and Snow saved my account today. Yeah, and Moderna has just been on fire. I haven't figured out that one forever, what's going on with it. Jacob says SOFI. Not sure what you like about that one. So, definitely have to see. I quit working today. Roger, run for governor of New York. That's crazy with all the stuff in New York today, and now Biden calling for his resignation, and of course, it's just crazy. Politics and everything in play, and COVID. It's like it just seems like there's just never enough going on in the world. They have to create more chaos. But it is also interesting. Not interesting. The good news is that COVID vaccine shots are on the rise again. And I think that's why the media is making such a big deal about everything, just because of all, the stuff going on. But it's still a big scare, and stuff. Futures are pointing down a little bit, not too bad. But it is interesting. I was listening to the stuff about Cuomo today, about, even during COVID and even like vaccinations, telling, and stuff. Just crazy stuff. But they're politicians. You guys have to remember. Bill Clinton. Probably got busted to one of the worst things possible at the Oval Office. And all the stuff surrounding. And hey, he still managed to be our president and came out fine. So I don't know. It depends on the day of the week. Look at Michael Jackson. Look, everyone loved him. People lined the streets, for him. But look at all the, the allegations and charges and lawsuits he paid off, for some very serious allegations. So, it's just weird. It's like people just pick certain figures that they really love or hate, and it's just like certain times of the year. It just depends what's going on. If there's no other news, the Cuomo deal is turning into a big deal. But because of the Olympics and all that stuff, and the girl on the Olympics team who mentally wasn't ready to perform, but then finally did it today and did get the bronze, so that was terrific to see. At least she placed and everything, and hopefully mentally she's doing much better. But it is, it just depends on what's in the news today and what isn't in the news. So all over the place. Nick. If I have $5K to invest now, what would you recommend? I'm a newbie. I would recommend one of the slot machines on the aisle of the casino, one of the slot machines on the aisle, max the volume. Oh, excuse me, this isn't slots, this is stocks now. It just depends on your risk level. If I had $5,000, I would probably look at a couple of different stocks. I'd probably, maybe do $1,000 in something very high risk, which means you could lose all $1,000 in some of these meme stocks or high flyers, but you could also make, you can make 10 times your money on those. Then I would probably do something like, something steady like Apple and Amazon and some of those, and also look at some dividend stocks, something that pays a nice dividend of a couple 4 or 5% yield. So and that way you kind of have a nice little bucket. You're not too centralized, and you're not risking all your money. But that would be my suggestions. Mr. Hope Bar. What's up, Scott? Playing Amazon at $33.50, $20 call strike at $33.07, and WF. Yeah, like I said, I honestly think Amazon, if the market gets, here's the thing. If the COVID scare isn't a big deal, Amazon is going to come back down. It's not going to keep running because they missed earnings, and they missed earnings. They're still making so much money, and they've grown tremendously, but they missed earnings. If COVID flares up and you do see lockdowns which I don't think we'll see. I mean, I think outside of masks, we're not going to see a lot of other issues coming out of COVID. But if COVID flared up and you had major lockdowns again, Amazon, Zoom, they're all going to run, because of deliveries and everything on stuff like that. Thoughts on EVRI? But always best of luck, Mr. Hopar. I hope it comes through for you. Every Holdings, don't know anything about this one. It's been as high as $25.90, as low as $6. If you look at the 6-month chart, it looks like it's been doing very well straight up. Company doesn't make any money without knowing a lot of $1 billion debt deal 7 hours ago. So without knowing a lot about the company, if they just took on $1 billion in debt, those are all the signs you have to look at, but hard to say what it will do and stuff. So definitely keep an eye on that one. But yeah, really honestly can't give you an opinion. I just say it's near the highs. I wouldn't be a huge buyer of it. So what else you guys got? Hashtag spoiler on the Olympic news. I thought it was out. It was all over the news this morning. I forgot. Japan's 12 hours ahead of us, or 10 hours. So, Mitchell Pilot, hey Raja, good luck tonight. Well, thank you. All I'm doing tonight is getting a haircut, so it shouldn't be too bad. No live play tonight, guys, but live play Thursday, Friday, Saturday from Las Vegas. But thank you anyways, Mitchell Pilot. Yeehaw! So John, Yeti has 100. Yeti hits 100. Last played calls in spring. Further upside. Yeti. I don't know. Let's take a look. Yeti. Y-E-T-I. This thing's right at its highs. Dollar off its highs. I don't know. Don't know anything about this one either. I haven't really watched it. Here's an article. Source to 52-week high. Time to cash out. Hope for more gains in the future. We'll take a look at the company's fundamentals. Don't know anything about this one. Makes money, so that's a good sign compared to a lot of companies. Has a huge market cap. If the markets keep going higher, it's probably going to keep going higher and stuff. So, Matt says, Raja, when do you think Apple will hit 150? You think of buying a far out call tomorrow? I think Apple, like I said, is going to hit 150 in the next, tomorrow, the next week or so. But I do think that Apple is going to, it could go to 155 or so, but then it's going to come down quickly. So, definitely have to look at it. Nick says, what meme stock? Well, the meme stocks today that were big in play was Hood, Robinhood. That was the big meme one of the day today, and still going up after hours. Just crazy on that one. So, Mitchell Pilot, I got my 6-month member badge. Congratulations. So, Mike says, EVRI casino game, Everi. They probably make the worst freaking games, but Everi makes so much money because they control all the ATMs and pretty much all the casinos. Their ATM business and cash out business is huge. So definitely got that one. Ron says, hey Scott, thoughts on CSCO as a back to office play with IT spending? Cisco. That's also one. It's right at its 52-week high. Hit it today. It's tough because you have a stock that's at its highs. It's where it's been back in the 2000 before some of the crashes, and these are really tough. Without knowing, without studying it a lot and knowing. Obviously they're very profitable. They have a huge valuation. The other problem is supply chain. Can they deliver the products and keep up with it? That's what you have to really look at is what are they giving for guidance and follow through on it. So, Lord Beerus, what's your thoughts on Chinese stocks? China's not going to shut the stocks off. I think it's going to keep going. Most of them have bounced back. China knows they need American money. China also knows one thing. Lots of Chinese people own all these stocks. So that's why I think crypto, look for China to crash crypto and the governments. I think the Chinese stocks they'll let go. Cody Live TV, is the Iraqi dinar worth investing into? So I'll give you guys a little story. Back in the day, I had a chiropractor, great guy. He's probably about 70 years old now. We used to go in there, and I went in one day, and he's like, oh, you got to get this Iraqi dinar. This thing is going to be worth so much. And told me the whole story, and CNBC at the time had done a big story about it, and it was 15 years ago. I don't know. Long story short, we all bought Iraqi dinar, I don't know, $1,000, $2,000 worth because it was, 5 cents, that was supposed to be worth $10. Some crazy story, bottom line, 15 years later, it's still done nothing. So if you would like to buy Iraqi dinar, I will happily sell you all the Iraqi dinar I have. All my friends will sell you all the Iraqi dinar they have, and we will all sell it to you probably at what we paid for it or less, because it's 100% totally worthless and it's a big scam. And I'm shocked it's still going around, this many years later. Because the other thing was, you can't even get the money out of the country. Somehow they have all these perfectly minted certificates. The other thing with the Iraqi dinar that's interesting is where money is normally smaller, fits in your pocket. Iraqi dinar is like all certificates, and I don't know. I mean, to me, it just seems like one giant scam. So, Andrew, hi Scott, are you going to be in Vegas tomorrow? I will not be. I'll be in Vegas Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If you guys ever want to check my Vegas schedule, just go to thebigjackpot.com/events. So, I quit working today. How Ford doing since all their trucks are sidelined because of chip shortages? I don't know. Take a look for you. Ford is hanging in there, near its highs still, but off of those. Yeah, the chip shortages are going to be a real problem for a lot of these companies and stuff. So definitely have to keep an eye on it. Kenny, thoughts on IAC before earnings? IAC should do well. I mean, they based on Snap and everything else. Interesting that it's down a little bit, but kind of this, and this is actually interesting too, because this one is way off of its highs. But IAC is also more diversified, unlike Snap or Google. Well, I guess they're well diversified too, but based on the advertising earnings. So I don't know. IAC has heavy interest in like dating and other stuff. So you'd have to see what it looks like and stuff. But I don't know. This one here. This one's more interesting because it's kind of like in the middle. It's not. It's above its the middle, I guess, but it's way off of its highs. So it'd be interesting why. Why it's been dropping and stuff, but I really don't follow IAC, but I know they're well diversified, have lots of stuff. But hey guys, this is Raja Makes Money. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope everyone has a terrific day in the marketplace. Probably 50-50 shot. We'll have a live show tomorrow, not positive yet, and unfortunately no live show Thursday and Friday. I'll be in Las Vegas, so I will post how the day ends up so you guys can see. Also, big shout out to all our Patreon members and YouTube sponsors and Patreon members. All my trades real time. You will see them as I do them, because Friday we have to do a lot of trading probably going into next week and stuff. But thank you guys for all the good luck wishes in Las Vegas. And like I said, maybe tomorrow live show. Otherwise, I'll see everybody live Thursday night from Las Vegas. Take care and best of luck tomorrow in the market.